Yo, it's me again, it's T again, and I'm back. Sorry I couldn't do last week. Man missed the game. I had family function. I attended. But let's get into today's game. Sonaldo. Sonaldo is back. Sonaldo is just popping teams. What's that? 19 goals? I think this is his best goal scoring season ever. Like in terms of Premier League goals. I think he's second behind Salah. So he's doing his thing at the moment, man. Um, in regards to the game, good result. Um, I missed the first 15 minutes, so I can only judge from what I saw. But it was a standard performance. A little bit disappointing to concede the goal. I don't know if Loris could have done better, or if the midfield should have picked up Iheanacho. But they won the game. It was last minute. They switched off. Is what it is. Kane obviously was back on the score sheet today. It was nice to see. Again, I didn't think he played. He didn't play amazing, but he wasn't terrible. It was just a standard Kane performance, really. It looked like he was more of a number 9 today than number 10. He wasn't dropping as deep, as frequent. So maybe Conte saying to him, look, we need you higher up the pitch. We need you to be in and around the box to try and win maybe more headers, hold it up, just be in and around the box, trying to score more goals. Because Spurs obviously went the last two games prior to this game without scoring. But yes, a professional performance, and at the end of the day, is third available. That's how we have to look at it at the moment. Chelsea's on a massive slump at the moment. They've just been shaky for the longest now. What are we? I think we're 6 points behind. I think we're 6 points behind them, or 5 or 6 behind them. Um, Obviously, Arsenal's got a game in hand. They're going to play that shortly, but there's 4 games to go. Chelsea's a bit shaky at the moment. Can we actually get third place? If it's there on the table, we might as well grab it. Um, Champions League football, I want it, but I'm not fussed at the same time. I don't look at Champions League like how everyone else looks at Champions League football. To me, Champions League football is, it's a luxury for me. It's good to have. It's good for your team. It's good for the players. It's good for the morale. It's good for the look of the club. But for me, unless you're using Champions League to actually push on to try and compete and be the best, then just having Champions League football to me is a bit pointless. But if Spurs can get Champions League football, by all means, let's do that. Um, I'll try and get into some of the star players for me, or the guys that I thought was particularly impressive. I thought Romero had another good game. He's a very, very, very good out and out defender, and I love that about him. He just likes to defend. That's what it is. He's aggressive, but he likes to defend. I like defenders who just want to defend, whose whole thing is to just, I'm here to dominate the attacker. I'm here to frustrate the attacker. I'm here to be the superior guy in my position. I love his mentality. You need 11 footballers who have that mentality. I'm gonna be superior. I'm gonna be the best. I'm gonna come out on top. That no matter what it takes, that's what I'm here to do. And when you have that kind of mentality, you achieve big things. It's no point having one player like that. You need 11 man that's just on smoke like that. And Romero, to me, whether he's good, bad, whether he's making mistakes, whether he's playing a bit risky, he brings that element to him. Um, and I think that's key. Lucas Moura, Lucas Moura he was stand up, but he was stand up in a poor way. I thought he was really poor. He was losing the ball constantly. Right substitution at the right time to bring Kulusevski on because Spurs were a little bit shaky. They weren't retaining the ball well. Kulusevski come on the pitch, and all of a sudden Spurs could keep the ball. They could actually sustain attacks. They had more combination play. So there's obviously something. Kulusevski's obviously got more technical ability, or he's obviously a little bit more technical than what Lucas Moura, than Lucas Moura is. I thought Son had a good game, 2 goals. He was stretching them every time. He was every time Spurs was attacking, he was stretching them. He was looking to make runs in behind. He was constantly drifting into what they would say was unfavored positions. I thought Sessegnon was steady. He got beaten a little bit too easily for my liking at times. First half on the left, but for the most part, he was steady, and I'm liking that because I thought after his injury, I thought he was going to come back and he was going to be done, but he was going to be done out. But he's come back from injury, and he's picked up the form that he had prior to his injury, when he was actually playing really well and he was starting to be left back number one. I personally think he's better than Reguilon. I think Spurs need to be starting him more, so that was good to see. But I do I don't want to ramble on too long, man. There isn't really that much to talk about. It's just Spurs was able to do what they was always able to do. They was able to break quickly. I thought their pressing at times was a little bit better. They was very, very, very aggressive, which has its positives and negatives. Today it was very positive because Leicester City seemed very passive. They seemed very slow. They wanted a lot of time on the ball. Spurs didn't allow them to do that. Even when it was being sloppy, they was winning the ball right back, and they was catching them in offensive transition, and that was kind of throwing them off guard. But all in all, I can't get too excited because I've seen Spurs do this many a time. They have a little bit of a slump. They come back. They get some good results. People get overboard. Fans get too short-sighted, and then Spurs long term just end up falling short of the hype that fans initially built up when he was being short-sighted. And so it's a good win. Season isn't over by no means. Hopefully we can get third. We're not going to win any trophies. We're not going to win the league. So to me, that's always my thing. Winning trophies, winning the league, being the best. That's what I really care about. But if we can't do that, then third place is there. I get that Man City and Liverpool are just nuts. Do you know what I mean? They're just two nuts teams. So if we can get third place, and we can hold Chelsea can continue their wobble, we can have a nice strong end to the season. We can beat Arsenal. Arsenal hopefully can wobble as well. Then third place in this year, despite everything that's went on with Levy, the fans having all these different, Nuno being in charge for the first 10 games, then having Conte, then going through that long managerial process. It'll be a decent way to end the season, is what I'll say. And let's just try and get Champions League football and try and build on what we're obviously doing now, but what Conte's able to create now, man. Yeah. That's it, man. Like, comment, share, subscribe, and I'm out.